As I was saying, I mean the old naval explosive equipment. We slammed into it and it exploded. A huge wave of water washing over. A huge hole had been caved into the ship. Then another explosion as you flipped another mine. The ship was sinking. The engines suddenly exploded. And as the engines exploded, it blew out a huge chunk of her. The ship was basically down within seconds. One of the two men sleeping got fast, and the ship started Lusitania on with a Lusitania list. The propeller immediately shattered and stopped. The mast had been downed by a third unknown explosion, possibly another engine explosion. The guy who was walking around the decks was immediately thrown off thrown over by the first explosion, and the engine's explosion blowing up the funnel and a decent amount of the helm threw him all had had him having to dodge metal flying everywhere. She was thrown off by the second explosion. The man in the engines was killed. Only one of the two people who were sleeping got out fast enough. The guy who was in the bridge, the, guy, the captain, was not one of the people. The captain was killed, tragically enough, in the engine room. In his bunk as he got out too slowly and was blown up by the mine and was blown up by the engine. The mast was finally ripped out in a way, finally wrenched off of the ship, but would still be plunged down by air. Stern was completely blown up and floated for a bit before she plunged down, before she rolled onto her side and plunged fast. Stern was actually discovered. Went about, but still existing. The bow section completely and utterly destroyed. Basically nothing was left. Certainly nothing intact. The engine, the Ace looked pretty similar in design. It was very, very different. It was a bigger cargo carrier, and I believe that she was a better one. Anyways, she had a stern dicky. She had a bow and stern hatch, like the Bayview. Unlike the Bayview, she wasn't a piece of scrap iron waiting to die. Anyways, there were these two basically looking like bunk things. One person could sleep on there, it could be transformed into something. Another person was making sure about the electrics and making sure about the electrics, aka lights, and the boilers. Cool. Person checking the cargo, that person, remember him? Oh, they were in the bow cargo hold and were killed. This is talking about the Bayview, anyways. Then there was the navigating office thing, and a sixth person, and in the cap, in the pilot, sixth person. It had a single propeller and a funnel, also, obviously. Anyways, the Ace knew about what happened to the Bayview. It's pretty close to being sister ship, though not officially sister ship. Anyways, the Ace was puffing out of the area. A six-piece crew still on there. One man operating the boiler, another man sleeping, and two people basically playing cards. One guy navigating. The other one was looking around the bow to make sure they wouldn't strike any rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Knowingly, they had been starting to flood a bit before. Striking a rock or something. And then they've been starting to now flood. The bow cargo hold went inside flame before exploding open, water shooting out of it. Holy bleep! The man in the engine room, the guy in the engine room, then started panicking and ran the frick out. As he ran up, he yelled, "Come on, we gotta get out!" One of the people, the person on this side, went, "Whoop whoop!" when his stomach on the table. Oh! Guy navigating realized, oh, bleep. They then got the guy who was sleeping up, who then fell over and slammed his head in the ground up against something. At that moment, they couldn't deal with any bleep. The ship was sinking. And then the ship suddenly plunged forward. It rolled harshly. That would become a water feature as it rolled onto its starboard side. The captain, the crewman who was sleeping, not the captain, was still stuck in there, knocked out, bleeding heavily. The other guy in there had ran out just as the engine started to flood, and a huge blowout. Blowout happened. It blew off a chunk of the bow and killed the man running out of there. Or certainly killed the other dude. Meanwhile, everyone who was still on the ship, on the Ace, was holding on. One of the